how do I help this person today as if they were like my family? Like treat them like as if they were one of your close friends or a family member that you know. Like what advice would you give them? Kelly, do you have anything? Do you have the agenda for today?
I do have the agenda, thankfully.
Okay.
Um, okay, so um, first things first, the team member activity reports that were sent out yesterday. Um, that's just kind of a new thing that we're starting to implement so that you can see your personal talk time and number of calls and all that in relation to, excuse me, in relation to how many hours you work. Um, with that, the bar charts that were sent out yesterday, the numbers are right. They're just a little skewed, like the actual bars. You have a very non-Excel girly working on Excel, so we're working on that, but we fixed it. So the next ones will be a little bit more easy to read, but the numbers are correct. So you're good there. No lies were told. Um, as well as there were some questions on the talk time report. That's updated every Monday, so you'll get your personal little activity report as well as the talk time report. Be like one of my first Monday tasks, so you can check that out on Mondays.
So let me just tell you guys clearly now. If it's a full payment, like if the customer wants to make a full payment, we'll just use the ePay link like we always do. So nothing will change if they want to make a full payment. Yeah, definitely. I'm doing one right now for it's a little like catering company.
Okay.
Or it's actually a lady who has a food stand. That's actually what it is. She has
Okay.
a food stand and she has like a van that she uses. She doesn't sell out of the van. She just uses the van to bring her stuff to the
Sure.
food stand that she sells at. It's like 3,500 in premium. Pretty good little policy and just an announcement. Hopefully, fingers crossed. A guy Kelly saw, he came in yesterday. He's a rep for Berkshire Hathaway Home State. It's a home state company, so it's a sister company to Guard that basically does all high risk auto, commercial auto. So trucks, semi trucks, transportation, contractors, all lines of contractors are eligible. In the next 3 weeks, as long as everything goes smooth, I think the guy liked us. Yeah, I think he did, Kelly. Yeah, he probably did. And yeah, hopefully if everything goes smooth, we're gonna get that appointment in place. So once that contract goes through, it's gonna take about 3 weeks, I think. We should be able to write contractors absolutely like no questions asked, like high risk claims, anything through Berkshire Hathaway. It's called Home State. That's the
This
carrier.
is auto just or
Commercial auto.
commercial auto,
Just
not
commercial
GL.
auto, not jail and work comp. But that's gonna open up our commercial auto markets quite a bit. Yeah, it's gonna be like
Good.
wide open pretty much. So we'll really start to push other areas of commercial auto.
Would that also include Texas?
Yeah, it will. Yep, Texas.
Cheers.
Yep, and actually a bunch of other states. So we'll see how we're gonna proceed with this, but for now,
California and Texas first.
California and Texas, yeah.
Gotcha.
Honestly, guys, we're having a really, really strong start to the year 2024. And last January we had a really slow start. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy everyone's doing really kind of jamming in the first couple weeks. Any successes? Anything that customers that have been good wins or anything in the last even on the service side, like Carla and Anna, anything you guys have seen that has gone well with customer service, customers happy?
I feel like I've had a very eventful start of the year. Not bad though. I think we've been, yeah, I mean, just a lot of things happening.
It's true.
That I think Chris could agree that I guess at some point it's out of our control, but it's still, we're still trying to help out. But it has definitely been a very eventful start of the year. I must say that.
Yeah.
Probably true.
Yeah, I don't want to make this like I don't want to overcomplicate this, but
Right.
there's also audits for general liability. So just so you guys know,
Yeah, I don't know where it's at.
general liability, obviously the payroll, you guys will see like the payroll figures have an impact on the pricing for general liability. especially with guard or CNA or something like that. So they do check on that too.
GLs too.
Yeah, but it's a different process. I think work comp is more kind of in depth, and but they do also from time to time on general liability check for audits. Something me and Jamel were talking about earlier, like if you just lead with your heart and really want to try to help people and help customers do the right thing for them, lead with that intention from the beginning. A lot of times, especially on the sales side, like we get caught up in like the quotes, like converting, like what can we do to make a sale and all that stuff. And instead, if we just shift our focus a little more on like, really, how do I help this person today? As if they were like my family, like treat them like as if they were one of your close friends or a family member that you know, like what advice would you give them? It also gives you a level of like comfort to speak to people a little more personally and like the rapport building when you think of it and frame it like that. So just imagine like it's your cousin that you're talking to on the phone. And I think all the results that you want that we're really after will come with just leading in that direction of really caring truly as an insurance advisor. And a lot of times that leads to having uncomfortable conversations, like pointing out stuff that could really seriously go wrong. And I know it's not always the most fun to talk about, like people possibly getting seriously injured or dying in an accident. How would that look for your family or your business in that situation? But it's real. And that's what we have to do as advisors, is have those conversations, because no one else is going to have those conversations for people and make them think about these things that could really go wrong. So that's why it's super, super important that the words we use are, thought through and really come from sincerity and a good place of good intention. So that'll lead, like I said, to the results that we're all wanting and shooting for. So that's my TED talk for the day,
It's true though.
Any other cool good wins or even losses, guys, like things that, like, for example, the Shamrock situation, not ideal, but it's something everyone, please learn from these mistakes, so if you have anything that was like, I made a mistake here, guys, don't do the same thing as me. This is what this is for, guys.
Yeah, I think my activity needs to be a lot better, to be honest. That's one thing. So yeah, just like Jamel, I lost sleep over that. After last week's meeting, I closed my biggest policy, so I'm happy about that. I just closed one today, while we started this call, so I'm happy about that. And then a few decent sized ones or two of them that are small GLs that are going to be closing in the next 2 days. And then I have a few in my pipeline that are looking pretty good too, over 10K in premium. So happy about that.
Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, another thing
Yeah.
I want to point out, guys, is I'm not the type of person that's going to hold the team to like super strict, like what happened on the premium, like what happened on the, I'm a more of a believer in like activity. Like if I see you're doing the right stuff and things just, even on the service side, I see you're making the calls. I see you're following up with people. You're trying to get the pending cancellation to get saved. You're trying to get the renewal through. Like you're doing the right things and it doesn't work out. That's always going to be okay with me as long as we're doing the things that we need to do. Like if you're not closing deals because you're still making your calls, you're still doing your talk time, you're still doing your follow-up, that's okay with me. I just want to see that you're doing the activities necessary. But if you're lacking in a certain area of like doing your follow-up pending cancellation call or doing your renewal email and like those things are just getting missed, that's where things become an issue for us. Not so much results, like do the right things, focus on the right things, and do it for the greater good of the team, for your families, for like everybody wins when you do a good job and show up and have a good day, so don't just do it for yourself, do it for everyone around you and then the people that you care about.
Yeah, it's true. Very
How
true.
I turn everything into like a motivational TED
Follow-up
talk.
is important too, right? I think that's the biggest thing.
For sure.
I'm not gonna say my deals were easy, but I've closed quite a few this month as well. And a lot of it was just follow through, follow up.
Mhm.
And yeah, my pipeline's I think it's probably smaller than my time is more limited, right? But the follow through allows me to have a really high activity of just closing my pipeline without having to really miss. Like if I only have 10 on my pipeline, my goal is to close all 10. And if I'm just focusing on those 10, because my time is limited, so I don't like to overextend myself and then feel like I'm missing a bunch of opportunities. Just follow up is important. I think people appreciate it. And even like people that have ghosted me, but I know that I've worked really hard for them, I still like have helped followed up, and I've closed a couple of those, which has been nice because
That you didn't think we're gonna go through.
yeah. And when I say ghosted me, it's like I sent 3, 4, 5 texts, calls, and I hadn't heard from them. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try one more time. Here's the refresh quote. And they've actually gone through. So that's been encouraging that
Yeah.
that's happening. And
Guys-
I have a few of those this month that I'm trying to still push.
Yeah. Learn from Jamel, guys. I mean, Jamel's been here the longest with the team other than myself.
I've
So,
learned from him.
yeah, the way she operates and does things, like it's just, I think a great point is the follow up.
Mhm.
And it's just it's efficient. It's it's thorough. I think that's a good word to use. It's very
Thorough is
thorough.
important. Very important.
You don't cut corners. You do things right up front. You're very transparent with people. And like those are things to learn from. And the numbers, they speak for themselves too. Like that's just,
Yeah.
it's good stuff. So guys, we're missing a ton of calls. So I think we gotta
It's the
cut
same
this
person, to be honest
meeting.
with you. It's my
We-
customer.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I know 4 of them have been him.
Anything else, guys, you guys want to bring up?
Brian, one thing too, I've noticed with financing, the adding the is it IPFS? Is that the
Yeah.
adding the IPFS email and with Claudia, so adding both of them to the email to request financing, I always get the financing faster through the IPFS general email.
Oh, the one that goes like the general like feed, I think it was. It goes like to a queue pretty much. Everybody can
Yeah.
respond to it.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I probably start doing that.
Throw that in the
They're slow.
chat, the sales chat, because that's a good point. I honestly don't even do that. And
Yeah.
it does speed things up.
Can you send it to me as well, please, for renewals?
The main chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, put in the main.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Great job today. Great job
Thank you.
Alright.
so far, 2024. I feel like
Bye.
it's gonna be a very big year. So keep it up, guys.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Later,
Thank you,
y'all.
everyone.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye.